Warning, the footage you're about to see may be graphic for some audience members. ISIS is a terrorist group that has been in the news lately for their radical beliefs and extreme actions. It seems to many as though this group has suddenly appeared out of nowhere. So the question we pose is, where did ISIS come from? On Thursday, October 15th, Dr. Bosworth and Dr. Gaskovich held a lecture for students called The Origins of ISIS. In order to understand where ISIS came from, Dr. Gaskovich explained we needed to go back to the end of World War I when the Middle East backed Germany and Austria. They then created a modern Arabic map, and this was the beginning of Islamic activism, or the Muslim Brotherhood. ISIS leaders reject worship of science. Many countries wanted to move to theocracy. The first example is in 1979. Iran installed Ayatollah as leader. After this revolution came the emergence of radical groups. Afghanistan became a proving ground for Islamic fundamentalists. After the Soviet Union invaded, the Islam fundamentalists wanted to fight against the godless empire. Al-Qaeda was one of the first groups to develop in the late 80s. I was lucky enough to catch up with Dr. Bosworth and Dr. Gaskovich after the lecture.
And then where this idea came from and what could stem from it, if there's other events coming up or anything like that.
Well, I guess in some sense the idea came partly just, as academics we sort of recognize that there's a lot of things we talk about in our classes sometimes that students don't seem to be very sure of. So we see kind of gaps in knowledge or where they're interested in something but their knowledge about it may not be very high. Doing a public forum type thing is a way to help fill that gap, especially to reach students that are not just in our classrooms. I think the idea also in part came from the Institute for Security Studies that is just now being set up at Mansfield with the help of an alumni and trying to establish a speaker series and doing something like this a little more often on dealing with foreign policy and security issues.
Any other events that we can expect to see in the future for people that weren't able to attend tonight?
Yeah, we're going to have, definitely it's every 2 weeks?
It's just part two in 2 weeks.
Part 2 in 2 weeks, but we're planning more for next semester and possibilities. So,
thank you so much, guys. It was a great event.
This has been Kayla Russell for MUTV.